them, Johnny. Grab guns, everybody.
Here, Haji.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hats Off. I'm your host and premium cable channel, D'Angelo Edwards. So, Scoob came out recently and the internet seems torn on it. On one hand, people see it as a harmless kids movie, with okay parts and not so okay parts. On the other hand, fans of the old material saw it as a soulless cash grab. I only watched 40 minutes of it because I have the attention span of an ant. It takes me like 3 days to watch a movie.
Well, you see, when I get bored, I make up my own movie. I have a very short attention span.
But our point is very simple. You see, when...
Oh, look, a bird!
So for now, I'ma say it was alright, I guess. It really tried too hard to please everyone. And in the process, it really didn't do anything for anyone. But even though Scoob failed in being the Hanna Barbera celebration we were promised, that doesn't mean we never got anything. In fact, we got something way better than it had any right to be. You see, back in 2016, DC Comics launched a series of comics called Hanna Barbera Beyond. These were a series of comics that reimagined a bunch of different Hanna Barbera shows into more realistic, darker versions of the properties. They did Scoob Apocalypse, which put the Mystery Gang in the middle of a world-ending event, and they turned the Flintstones into legit the most depressing thing I've ever read. Fred Flintstone should not make me think about the way I treat people. I will not stand for a caveman being my moral compass. Not again. But the comic I want to talk about was probably the most ambitious thing they ever accomplished. And it was the first one they did, so they get even more props. Future Quest was a crossover comic that included almost every action cartoon that Hanna-Barbera ever did. Space Ghost, Birdman, Johnny Quest, the Herculoids, and the freaking Impossibles. If it was on Boomer Action, you probably saw it in this comic. And even though there's a bunch of characters crammed into one series, they found a way to make it all work. So sit back as I take my hat off to Future Quest. So the plot of Future Quest is simple, but that's the smart thing. Because it's so simple, nothing really gets muddled, and the characters can drop in and out without disrupting things. It starts with a little backstory on Space Ghost, fighting off a cosmic eldritch force. It shows how before he became Space Ghost, he was just a soldier fighting, but after losing his entire group, he became the Space Ghost. The cosmic force he was fighting, known as Omicron, ends up surviving and traveling to all the different worlds of the different characters. Well, I say different worlds, but it's mostly just Earth, with a few other planets thrown in for flavor. And all of the characters end up joining forces to fight against it. The way the story is told makes it feel supernatural when characters pop in, because all of the different places fit together. Like, a big linchpin of the story is Johnny Quest's world, because his dad is a scientist doing research related to Omicron. And other series also feature scientists that end up related to Dr. Quest, like the creator of Frankenstein Jr., and the organization that funds Dr. Quest also employs Birdman. Yeah, he's not a lawyer in this one, he's a secret agent. Go figure.
Look, being a lawyer isn't dress-up. It isn't play and pretend. Lawyering is dangerous. You could get hurt.
Pretty much everything that happens Earth-wise is tied to Johnny Quest, and everything that happens space-wise is tied back to Space Ghost. This is the kind of thing that works perfectly with Hanna-Barbera characters, because Hanna-Barbera characters are pretty much just blank slates. Basic personalities with pretty cool concepts, because a lot of them are cool, like a kid with a robot friend, aliens versus robots. Space Ghost is a ghost in space. That's like one of the coolest combinations ever. But these shows were made in like batches of 200, so they never really got the attention they deserve. But in comic form, everyone gets a chance to shine. It's not super deep, they still have a lot of characters to get through, and they do a good job with the time they have. Like with Johnny and Haji's relationship as adopted brothers. I didn't watch a lot of Johnny Quest growing up, I mostly just watched the real adventures of Johnny Quest. You know, the one with the CGI scenes that made Reboot look like Pixar? And I don't ever remember Johnny and Haji feeling this close. Like, they call each other brother and they refer to Dr. Quest as their dad, like both of them. It's pretty wholesome. And how instead of using the original Maitor, they bring in a new kid to pass the torch to, adding a little diversity without feeling like pandering. They didn't just race swap, they brought in a new Maitor. I like this in the same way that I like Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Like, don't just throw in a minority for marketing points, that's cheap. Put in the work so that they feel like a whole new character instead of just a news headline. I also like seeing certain characters get along. Like, of course, all the different scientists talk to each other, and they even end up coming from the same company. And seeing Space Ghost give one of his laser bands to Race Bannon is perfect. Next, I want to talk about the art. It's generally pretty good, but because they get a lot of different artists to draw it, there are a few duds for me. Like, they got Ariel Olivetti to do one of them, and I like his art. He did this classic image. But the way he draws the characters is really stiff and takes away from the action scenes a lot. The characters look too solid to move. I think this would be fine for like a cover, but not something that requires a lot more motion in the scene. But overall, I like the art of the comic. And back to the story, although I like the fact that it's simple and easy to follow, I wish the villains were a bit more compelling. I like the rival scientist from Johnny Quest, but all of the other ones are kind of generic. It's like the bad guys stayed in the old Hanna Barbera style while all the heroes got upgrades, so it's a little uneven in its characterization. A more compelling threat would do a lot to keep the reader's attention. But this is the first series in the line, and I can confirm they only get better from here. Hanna Barbera cartoons nowadays are seen as cheap products of the past, and while I won't deny that these things were made fast, and with profit coming first, there is definitely something special about their stuff. A lot of the comedies are still funny. Like, I dare you to watch some Huckleberry Hound and not crack a smile, it's impossible.
Pull card for dragon. Well, here goes nothing.
And the action cartoons definitely had the bones of some good entertainment. They were people's ideas, and you can totally tell that they were having fun with some of them. I would love to see some of them get another chance. We've had pretty good luck lately with reboots, so someone really needs to get on that. And hire me to do some, your boys gotta eat. So if you're in the mood for an old school Saturday morning crossover spectacular, then Future Quest is the comic for you. Give it a read, you won't regret it. You might regret reading the Flintstones one though. Fred Flintstone almost makes me want to be a better person. Almost. Hey guys, it's me, D'Angelo, the guy who made the video you just watched. Who else would it be? But yeah, I'm here to thank you guys because I recently hit 1,000 subscribers. Well, I guess by now over 1,000, but whatever, semantics. And I really just want to say thank you. Like, I have never had this many people looking at my work, and really, it feels good, man. Like, it's not about the numbers, but man, those numbers are pretty cool. And like, I want to say thank you to like everyone who's watching and like everyone who's helped me get this far. Like, I've made some pretty good friends on YouTube, and like it's really them that makes doing this fun. So thanks for watching me so far, and look forward to my next whatever. Maybe it'll be, I don't know. I was doing 2 videos a week for a while, but I might go back to 1 a week. But I'll make it extra beefy for you guys, you know? So yeah. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll make a Discord for fans. I don't know. You guys let me know. But stay safe out there. Eat your vegetables. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Because as always, if you subscribe, I love you. But if you don't, I don't. Bye!